We all know by now that TikTok is known for producing some rather savory characters, but goodness gracious, is Christian TikTok at a whole nother level. And the responses to Christian TikTok from atheist and agnostic TikTok is even more brilliant. So my team curated all these clips for me to watch blind and give you my honest reaction.
Ruslan.
Talking about purity. We're going to be talking about the importance of saving yourself for marriage.
Yes.
And the importance of being modest.
That's right, ladies. Such an important topic that we're talking about tonight. So blessed to have Jezzy Beth on stage speaking about it. Now, fellas, you know what that means. We don't actually address this in church. We're going to go play dodgeball out back on the basketball courts. Let's go get after it, guys.
Okay, guys have so much fun playing dodgeball. Girls, we're going to start with the topic of how modest is definitely hottest.
Oh my God. This is absolutely indicative of how purity culture was going down. There's a lot of talk to the girls, no talk to the guys, more or less. Guys learning to dodge the accountability. Ouch. Like, let's be honest, like, guys were starting to get shredded and get buff, and they wanted to garner attention of the other girls in youth group. And I think there was a missed opportunity that we could have addressed some of these things within the youth group culture, and we didn't. And I think that was an L. Where do I get that sweatshirt? There you go. That's how you move merch nowadays.
You make me feel like a fool, waiting for you. You make me feel like a fool.
I think this guy should watch the lesson on modesty, Mr. Big Shoulders. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening here, but this is weird. Like let me watch it again. Hold on.
You make me feel like
It's like a thirst trap. Is this a joke? What is with the licking of the lips? This is the weirdest thing ever. He is putting out his Christian peacocking out here so that he gets attention while at the same time trying to evangelize. I'm so confused. This makes me so happy, and your smile is so cute. Yep, that's the comment he was going for. I'm gonna like this comment. He's such an amazing man. All the girls in here are just thirst trapping over this guy. Yo, this is a new finesse. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't believe in God or any of these gods, but I still support you. I'm still a girl, of course. I'm Muslim, but this is so cute. I'm Muslim, but I still support. Can y'all leave me some of those comments? Where my atheist, Muslim, non-Christian? Where y'all at on TikTok? Why don't I ever get these comments? My hoodies are too big. I'm gonna do a TikTok in a tank top. Let me check out the rest of his profile. This man's at 6 million followers. Whoa! Hey, real quick, this episode is part of a whole new series we just started over on our Patreon. It'll be up on YouTube twice a month, but on Patreon, it'll be up weekly with the extended version of every episode, where you could see more exclusive TikTok reactions, my full raw rants, all for only $5 a month. And you can watch the extended version of this episode right now. When you realize working out can be worship. If this was a female in a sports bra doing this, Christian TikTok would lose their mind. Like, he knows exactly what's going down. This is the double standards of the purity culture moderation thing. That first video we watched earlier, this is it right here. And if this was a female, it would be a problem. Oh gosh. Should I be nervous, Zach?
An opinion you have that might piss some people off.
I believe there's a direct correlation between how well one can critically think, as well as self-reflect on their own cognitive, emotional, and behavioral processes, to how religious they turn out to be in life.
I think this is nonsense. Here's why. I've been a thinker for a very long time, deep thinker, to the point where I was 8-9 years old, openly professing to be an atheist because of some of the shenanigans I saw in the Armenian Apostolic Church, which is how I grew up. And then the more I thought, the more I wondered, the more I looked at books and thought about how the universe came to be and this whole thing. In my critical thinking is how I became a Christian, not in my lack of critical thinking. And maybe I'm the exception to the rule, but I like to think deeply. I still think deeply about my faith. Some of the greatest minds in history were people of faith. We're at least theists. Einstein was a theist. He may not be a follower of Jesus, but he was a theist. So I think this is pretty pretentious and arrogant for this person, his name is Zach Smith, to say this as a generality about all Christians, when this would be his critique about Christians. You guys are arrogant and you think you have the monopoly on truth. And I was like, bruh, sounds pretty self-serving and arrogant if you ask me to assume this. So I don't know. Let's look at some of these comments, though. I feel like that's why so many college students leave their religion. They start critically thinking. I think this is a fair point in that the church doesn't equip people to critically think. So I do think there is some lack of equipping at times. The fact that so many people are religious blows my mind. Someone can be an otherwise normal person yet simultaneously believe in a magic sky daddy. Okay, well, you know what? You see who you pray to when it really hit the fan in your life. We're gonna pray to magic sky daddy. Yes, you are. When your life hit, now I'm preaching. When things really hit the fan, when it hits the fan in your life, 99% of you enlightened agnostic atheists, you praying to magic sky daddy. Guaranteed.
Hell is a place where people will literally burn in the fiery pits of hell.
The grocery store is a store where people go to buy groceries. A movie theater is a theater.
Why would you use a word to describe the thing you're attempting to describe? And then who leads with this? Like, how is your evangelistic method to be like, we're gonna lead with hell? But let's check out some of these comments section. A bedroom is a room with beds. The issue with social media oftentimes is the people that often touch the algorithm the fastest aren't people who are the most well equipped to articulate the gospel. So what I would recommend, generally speaking, is if you're young, if you're new to the faith, is, man, don't corner yourself as this Christian social media influencer. It may get you likes. You may be a big fish in a small pond, but I'm also seeing a ton of people from the TikTok space completely leaving their faith and shipwrecking their faith because they don't quite understand what they believe, but they get on a platform, start proclaiming this sort of stuff. So I recommend you just kind of lay low. Make it about your journey and your story and less about you positioning yourself as an authority on all things hell on TikTok. Oh gosh, what am I about to look at, Zach?
You guys want to hear something crazy?
Nah. 6 figures for 6 years. I gotta flip that to 7 with these peers.
There are over 4,000 religions in the world, but there's only one right one, and it just happens to be the one my parents taught me.
I'm not gonna lie, her hair's on fleek. That's a fire haircut.
Isn't that crazy?
That joint is fierce, baby. Look at that. Yo, the mullet with the rat tail is a vibe. I don't care what no one says.
You too?
Is it crazy that there's 4,000 religions? No. Just because there's a lot of options doesn't mean that one of them can't be right. Okay, maybe there's a couple of different roads to get to your destination and the GPS might give you 3 options, 2 options, but they're not gonna give you 1,000 different options to get from San Diego to New York. No, you gotta go east. You got to go that way. Okay, so that's what all Christianity is. Jesus saying, look, I am the way and the truth and the light, and no one comes to the Father except through me. You got to go through Jesus. Doesn't matter if you are charismatic, doesn't matter if you're evangelical, doesn't matter if you're Ethiopian Orthodox, doesn't matter if you're Armenian Apostolic, doesn't matter. You got to go through Jesus. That is the pathway. And I think that's reasonable, but we try to make that sound like it's illogical. It's not illogical. It's actually very logical. Hey, this video is part of a new series that we're putting exclusively on Patreon. So if you want to get the long, extended, uncut version of this video with more TikTok reactions and more unadulterated rants, be sure to click the pinned comment or the link in the description to sign up now for only $5 a month.